Nigerians are poorly represented under the Buhari's administration. So we hope now that we have a new face in the international community. So what do you think Nigerians should look forward to under the Tinubu's administration?
Well, your question, I don't know. I don't want to reframe it, but I want to answer it by slightly disagreeing with you that Nigerians misunderstood the role of foreign policy of any government. The role of foreign policy of any government has four instruments to achieve. And foreign policy is essentially the uh, pursuing of interest of your country in other countries of the world. What can Nigerian do? What can Nigerian get from other countries of the world to assist our survival? And that is why foreign policy is not a policy defined to go and cater for Nigeria outside Nigeria. That is when Nigeria is misunderstood. It's not the role of your embassy to come and cater for you in America. There are four instruments of foreign policy. There is the military instrument, there's the economic instrument, there's propaganda and diplomatic instrument. The one that is common is that of the diplomacy. Any diplomatic mission by a country in anywhere in the world is the primary assignment is to the people of that country and the government. It's not the people that they meant on ground that country. For instance, in Mali today, the primary responsibility, because knowledge is important about any subject matter. People who have read a portion of international relations have turned themselves to experts. You have to acquire academic education if you want to become an authority on the subject matter. So people will go and write articles condemning Nigerian diplomats for not paying attention to Nigerians in a particular country, and that's not the role. If we are going to any country of the world, it's your responsibility to cater for yourself there. It is out of scope of foreign institution of Nigeria to cater for anybody in Mali. You can quote me anywhere. For people who don't understand, go and read your literature again. The role of foreign mission in Mali is what can Nigeria get in terms of exchange, business or otherwise, to better our lot in Nigeria. And that is why, if anything happens, the first set of people that must be located are the diplomats. Because the diplomat is an institution that represents your country. There is a file that is called the diplomatic pouch. If it is passing through immigration, it must not be opened. It's as important as that. So when your diplomat is also coming, it's your nation that is coming. So why will my nation sit as a responsibility after looking at a window of opportunity for Nigerians at home and the government? Make it a response. It's not my opinion. So Nigerians should know this, that if your embassy is there, if they know you exist there, if there's a capacity in terms of crisis, they will do that. So in Mali, what Nigerian government has done is commendable. So that, particularly for the young people, when we were young in our 20s, in our 30s, we didn't rely on the knowledge someone is pushing to us. We do our own comprehensive research and we understand what is the role of a foreign mission. If you look at the war that is going on in Ukraine today, through diplomacy, America is recruiting other countries of the world into the war. Because the diplomacy seemed not to be working, America resorted to coercive diplomacy. My relationship with you, this is a time. So, and this is part of the reason why America is in Ukraine. Ukraine will pay back all the money. That's why United Nations is coming there as a witness for future generation of Ukraine to pay for all the equipment that is being supplied. So, concept of foreign policy and foreign mission should be understood by the young people, by Nigerians very well. And that's why I kept repeating that enlightenment is important for us to understand. When someone will read one literature, then he will become political scientist. No, you are not a political scientist because you have read Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. No. There's a need for you to acquire academic knowledge about a subject matter before you become an authority. That's not the case in Nigeria. Someone will go to the Twitter and start defining anatomy because he read one textbook. Someone will go to, and because he read his friend's law book, and you start defining contract of law on social media, and you see him being followed by many people and leading them astray. So the efficiency in terms of knowledge that we suffer in Nigeria is not doing us any good. So on foreign mission, the Buhari government has done wonderfully well. The only thing that is missing is that we have not been able to convert it to gains. We have fought war in Liberia. I've told you that the military instrument is there. There's no country in the world that other countries will go and fight like we did in Liberia that you won't look at. It's not a moral issue. What any foreign mission is, what can I get in your own country to make the life of my own people better? That is the definition of foreign mission. Anything outside that is an addendum. So if you must fight a war in Liberia, it's not a generosity. We want peace. If we build a coastal road from Lagos to Cotonou, it's not charity. It's to be able to consolidate the gains of transaction that comes in and go out on daily basis between Lagos and Cotonou. So if there's a railway that is from here to Niger Republic, it's not charity. We have been able to open up that axis for our brothers because on origin, which is second or third contribution to the world economy, transport business, airline, so that axis has opened up a line of business. But because the Buhari government is a government that does not engage in public enlightenment and such, people misunderstood it. The office created by Abike Dabiri is the concept that people have in their mind that our embassy should come and take care of us. That's their role. That was why that office was created, so that it will accommodate this kind of sowing demand by the people that is the business of our country. Your country, the nationals in Mali, that's Canadian government is in the news that the people who pay for it, they made it open. The case in Nigeria about US, when you see them bringing, is because virtually all the people that come from US to Nigeria, the American nationals, are security agents one way or the other for that. So anytime there's a crisis, the first responsibility is to first secure their life and take them down to America. That's what's been misunderstood. With you that you are ordinary citizens in other countries. This is not my opinion. This is what it is. So that you get the concept correctly. If you are in Libya today, if there's a crisis, you don't need your embassy to tell you to leave. Don't wait until it comes to humanitarian crisis for your country to start appealing for a ceasefire to remove. It's you. You must leave. The country representative that went there on our behalf are our diplomats. And it is our responsibility to first secure their life back. You went on your own. I'm explaining this because there's a lot of deficiency in your understanding it before. So if you see anybody that is misprofiling the diplomat, it's not doing a service to us as a people. We are the highest citizens in the world that has high sense of what do you call it? When you make demands that you do not merit.
Now that's sense of entitlement.
Sense of entitlement. Where it is clearly defined that this is not the role of government. So on foreign issues, those are things that we make demand for. And the moment you don't get it right, you will just be plotting yourself against your government. One thing you must understand is the capacity of your government. If your government cannot offer you free education, and if you are insisting on free education, you are the problem of your country. If your problem cannot treat you the way the British government, the South African government treatment or demand for your government, the capacity of your government. If you understand the capacity of your government and you insist that you have capacity, that's fine. But when your government lacks a particular capacity, you build the capacity jointly with the government.